to Cal State Fullerton's The Report with the latest news, views, and info to go. I'm Elena Agulian.
I'm Sarah Fenton.
I'm Hiba Berry.
And I'm Evan Boydston.
Today we will start by discussing some hot topics, including a 9-car break-in on campus, Kanye West in 2020, the end of Deflategate, and the plight of Syrian refugees in Europe.
Beyond our discussion, we have reports on current campus events, including a look at this year's Discoverfest.
And finally, we conclude with local and national news about a clerk who is now in jail for denying same-sex couples a marriage license, a fee increase in bus passes, a drug bust in Placentia, and a proposed wildlife passage in Los Angeles.
But first, we'll begin with our segment called Hot Topics.
Last week, Cal State Fullerton police reported 9 cars were broken into in several parking structures on campus. Police said the thieves appeared to only have stolen parking permits and nothing else. While there are cameras on top and around the structures, there are no cameras in the stalls. The Daily Titan reports that putting cameras in every stall would be costly, and University Police Captain Scott Willey says there would be no way to fund such a project. It seems like every semester we talk about theft in the parking garages. What safety measures must the school implement in order for these burglaries to stop happening?
I think maybe if campus police kind of stepped up patrols. I know in the Daily Titan, in their article, it did say for the next month they're going to step up patrols, just continuously going around the structures and just not sitting in lanes, maybe watching just to see if anything weird's going on.
Yeah, because some weird stuff does go on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, in the parking structure. So.
A lot of weird stuff.
And we want to feel safe when we, park our cars on our campus. It's important that we feel safe.
I just also mentioned that the cameras are around the parking structure and on top. I feel they should be in the stalls instead, because that's where the students are walking in and out, and our safety for the students is very important. That should be the top priority. And definitely being violated with breaking into your car, that's just so terrible, and that should definitely not be tolerated whatsoever.
Agreed.
Yeah. I just think it's funny that they only stole the parking permit.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
so expensive.
They're trying not to be that bad of a thief, but they're still a thief.
So, a thief is a thief.
A thief is a thief, yeah, exactly. Be like, oh no, it's okay, I just took the parking permit. Like they're stole all of them, they're gonna have their own ring of like selling parking permits, like, hey.
Oh my god, yeah.
Black market, black market parking.
Want a parking permit?
But they're registered to cars, so
I don't
either
get
way.
the whole.
Anyway. I just think that, if they do implement this, it could save us a lot, in the long run. If people, because if they're just taking parking permits, who knows what else that they're going to start taking.
Exactly.
They could take electronics, so, we're all going to school. Who knows laptops, who knows what's left in the car. So I just think it's important that that happens. Yeah. And instead of getting all these tickets for just parking, also make sure you're looking for thieves.
Football fans rejoice. Deflategate is over and just in time for football season. On Thursday, Judge Richard M. Berman ruled against the National Football League and ordered Tom Brady's 4-game suspension to be vacated. Brady, quarterback for the reigning Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots, received a suspension earlier this year when the league found he had knowledge of game balls being underinflated. The NFL has come under scrutiny for drug and alcohol abuse among players, domestic violence, and concussions. Was a case for underinflated balls really that important?
I do think this case is very important. It was a huge game leading up to the Super Bowl, and I mean, it's cheating. If it really was underinflated balls, it makes it, 1, easier for the quarterback to throw the football if it's underinflated, and 2, easier for the receivers and running backs to catch it. So if they were underinflated purposefully, then I think it is definitely a case that should be looked at.
And we'll never know the actual outcome of the game if it wasn't underinflated. So that's the interesting thing, because there's always that what if.
Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah.
I mean, they weren't even the underdogs in the game either. So why even take the chance? And their ball boy, they're saying they are calling him the deflator because he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
It's kind of sketchy. But I don't know.
I just think it is unfortunate that this has been overshadowing like the abuse cases and the alcohol and substance abuse, all that too. So that's kind of getting pushed under the fridge while this is just like overshadowing everyone. So when those are obviously way more important too in regards to, because those are illegal, you know?
Yeah. And they're getting, a few games suspension when they should be getting jail time.
Yeah.
So I think it's all important too.
Yeah, and I just feel like, yes, this is important, but we need to look at the bigger issues. And it almost feels like they just want to make sure that the players don't kind of get that kind of publicity, even though this is terrible, like hearing about the, but I just feel like it's interesting that we're paying more attention to that versus, the real issues at hand here with the players. And there's even concussion issues too. We're not hearing a lot about how much the players actually get hurt in the game. So yeah, there's a lot to be discussed there with the NFL.
Hundreds of thousands of refugees have arrived in Europe seeking asylum from their war-torn countries, religious persecution, and poverty. Migrants from Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Syria are fleeing in droves and taking extreme measures to reach Western European countries such as Germany and the United Kingdom. This week, shocking images were released depicting dead Syrian refugees washed ashore on a beach in Greece. These images may be disturbing to some viewers. The pictures feature dead women and children, including a picture of 3-year-old Ilan Al-Kurdi lying face down on the beach. The picture of Al-Kurdi has been used as a call to action for European leaders to do more for these refugees. Tim Farron, the Liberal Democrat leader in England, told The Independent, a British newspaper, that, quote, "Enough is enough. These pictures are beyond horrific. They are the wake-up call David Cameron needs," end quote. These tragic pictures are tragic and horrific, and I guess my thing is, should they have been published in the first place? Will the photos really be enough to change the minds of European leaders, or is this a venture into the world's fascination with macabre images?
I think that it was a good thing that they showed the pictures, because if they didn't, it would be a form of censorship, and that is not good because the world needs to be exposed to really what's going on out in the world, no matter how bad it is, or unfortunately how bad it is, but it would be censorship, and then people need to know that war is a real thing. It is going around the world, unfortunately, still in 2015, so that would definitely be something to show, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just that, I guess the question is what's going to happen next. We've seen all these pictures. They're horrific to look at. I don't know if you guys saw them. They're really bad to look at. So we'll see what happens about the whole situation, what's going to happen next.
And now it is Europe's problem because these people are washing up onto the shores. So do they feel inclined that they have to do something? It's just unfortunate because they have to run their country, and then there's all this war-torn country trying to seek refugees. So it's hard because there's so much going on. There's so much to the logistics of it that it's just unfortunate that this is happening too.
Yeah, going back to censorship, I do agree with you. They should definitely have the pictures out there, and for the viewers that want to see them, they can view them. I know I haven't seen them, and I don't want to see them. That's a 3-year-old child laying face down. Yeah. That's not something I want to see. So if that doesn't strike a nerve with some people, then I don't know what will.
And now we have the latest in campus events and news. The start of a new school year is always marked by back-to-school shopping, a break in the summer heat, and Discoverfest. This week, Cal State Fullerton's clubs, associations, fraternities, and sororities were out in full force to spread the news about their groups. Our reporter, Christian Vigil, was on the scene.
Discoverfest is a 2-day semester event in which clubs utilize marketing tools such as pamphlets, free sponsorships from Nero drinks, and even display their trophies and other accomplishments to attract the students on campus, all while Tuffy the Titan himself watches over.
Discoverfest is a great way to just get the name out there, help people who maybe haven't heard of the entertainment tourism clubs really get involved. It's a chance for us to tell them what we're doing.
Similar to a convention such as Comic-Con or even VideoCon, the people check out the booths on campus to see what they have to offer. The point of interest could be from the games they host, or even an obvious need to hear a demonstration from someone.
I think Discoverfest isn't just a great way for us, but it's a good way for all the clubs to pass on their experience and what they do to people that aren't involved. So I think involvement at school is a great opportunity for people to get more opportunities out there that a lot of people don't know about.
And if an organization such as the Entertainment and Tourism Club catches your attention, you could be given an application to either sign up on paper, or you can enter your information, such as email, into their systems electronically.
Discoverfest is really cool. We get to do an elevator speech and pitch our club and get students involved and hope they join our club.
And if for some reason their pitch doesn't catch your interest, no worries. There are plenty of organizations, clubs, and even fraternities and sororities for you to check out. Either way, Tuffy has your back.
Discoverfest is certainly a great marketing tool to help promote clubs and others all alike, and is certainly generating a lot of interest among the students here at Cal State Fullerton. Reporting from Cal State Fullerton, this is Christian Vigil signing off.
Looking ahead now, the Fullerton Founders Day Parade and Fair will take place on September 26th beginning at 10 a.m. The event will commemorate the community and local heritage. There will be high school marching bands, local businesses, as well as food and vendor booths. So don't forget to come out and celebrate the history of Fullerton.
In local news, the Placentia Police Department found $500,000 worth of marijuana on Monday thanks to a helpful police department K-9 named Havo. Authorities obtained a warrant for the industrial complex, the 700 block of Monroe Way, after Havo altered his handler, Officer Chris Anderson. The Placentia officers report that the suspects tried to mask the smell of marijuana by burning fragrance crystals in crock pots by the door.
The cost for bus passes this school year in the Newport Mesa School District will double starting September 21st. The Daily Pilot reports bus passes for one semester will increase from $95 to $190, while annual fees will rise from $180 to $360. Families may receive a reduced rate on a bus fare if they submit copies of their tax returns, pay stubs, or unemployment or disability documentation. School Board President Martha Fleur said the fee increase was the best decision for the district because it is a, quote, an opportunity to not take away money from student programs or supplies, end quote.
A new study shows that wildlife, including mountain lions, are capable of crossing a busy stretch of highway in Southern California if the state builds a wildlife bridge. The animal overpass would be placed along the 101 freeway and would cost $38 million. The overpass would help prevent inbreeding within the mountain lion populations and would protect drivers along the highway.
Kentucky clerk Kim Davis is now in jail after denying a same-sex couple a marriage license. Davis claims her religious beliefs prohibit her to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, saying, quote, you can't be separated from something that's in your heart and in your soul, end quote. CNN reports U.S. District Judge David Bunning said Davis could end her incarceration if she complied with the Supreme Court order and if she told her deputy clerk to do the same.
Well, that's all we have on this edition of The Report. Join us next time for more up-to-date news, views, and info to go. Thank you. I'm Lena Agulian.
I'm Sarah Fenton.
I'm Hiba Berry.
And I'm Evan Boydston. Stay fresh, Fullerton.